Let's cut to it. Dragon Ball. Gekishin Squadra shouldn't work as a MOBA. It's too fast, too loud, too anime to play nice with cooldown math and map rotations. And yet, it works not just passively. It lands with the kind of snap where you blink. A spirit bomb deletes half a team, and you suddenly get why lanes can be highways and why a stun can feel like a beam clash. If you bounced off the genre, this is the friendlier door. If you live inside it, this is the summer fling you swear you won't main until you do. Here's the shape of it. Multiple outlets agree this plays closer to Pokemon Unite than League or Smite. Smaller squads, quick rotations, and a map that pushes fights together on purpose. Most coverage points to a two-lane setup where towers are literal Dragon Ball deities you have to body to advance. One reviewer even calls out 3 lanes, which could be early build impressions or a mode misread. Either way, the real headline is pace. Traversal is frictionless. Repositions are fast, and the game is designed so you don't spend half the match jogging to nowhere. The result is a highlight reel cadence with just enough structure to feel tactical rather than random. Classes are readable by design. Think Overwatch clarity in a MOBA wrapper, assault DPS like Goku for deletes, support like Majin Buu handing out heals, and that chocolate beam memified into crowd control and technical picks where things get spicy. Hit is the poster child for how far they'll stretch archetypes. Stealthy flank assassin, negative effects from surprise angles, basically a time skip ganker. Frieza's zoning kit leans into summons like Zarban and Dodoria, textbook area denial and spacing pressure. This is the best compliment I can give. You can predict how a character plays from the anime, and the kit mostly matches your mental model. Combat sells the fantasy. Trunks' sword rushes pop off the screen, and depending on the build and level curve, might be overtuned enough to cause comment section fistfights. Goku's Spirit Bomb is a massive honest-to-kami AoE that turns chokes into wipe zones. The game relishes the moments that feel like anime. Ragdoll KOs that yeet rivals into the horizon, cinematic team finishers that trigger when you coordinate, and transformations that escalate both visuals and threat. One review flags that not all power-ups are created equal. Some transformations spike harder than others. That's balanceable. It's also kind of the point. Dragon Ball has never been a paragon of egalitarian power curves. Now, the disagreement zone. Some critics frame this as a clean step forward for casual-friendly MOBAs. Smaller teams, readable roles, shorter time to fun, and modifiers like Divine Draw. Those match-by-match rules that add cloud cover and pre-buff specific abilities to keep rounds fresh. Others ding the mode layer and mid-match PvE objectives for being undercooked. Bosses like Nappa show up mid, you beat them, you get a buff, and then the edge isn't obvious enough. If you're coming from League's Dragon Soul calculus, this feels soft. If you're coming from I just want fights, it's seasoning, not dinner. Let's talk friction. The menu UI is, quoting the vibe across reviews, an information architecture escape room. Partying up takes too many clicks in weird places. Server switching is tucked away. And the main menu voice spam, characters grunting, yelling, transforming on loop, will test the patience of people with actual friends on voice chat. The game's moment-to-moment is elegant. The getting to the moment isn't. That mismatch is real. Performance snapshot because it matters. PS5 can hit 120 FPS in performance mode. Switch sits at 30 FPS. Other platforms run smoother than Switch as you'd expect. Crossplay and cross-save are here with some limits on the latter, which is the right call for a live service MOBA built to scale. Netcode reports are surprisingly solid, even on pre-release Japanese servers. Reviewers said the input response and enemy reads held up. That suggests the foundational tech isn't duct tape. Progression and monetization live in the fine but slow zone. It's free to play. You unlock characters' outfits and emotes. The earn rate for premium currency feels glacial unless you're riding promos, though there was an early Free Battle Pass window with generous rewards. Customization goes deeper than color swaps, entrance animations, MVP poses, finisher cinematics, even special move flair. Yes, there's gacha. No, you don't need to spend to compete right now. The real long-term test is whether they resist the temptation to sell fun directly through overtuned new releases. We've seen that anime before. Map variety is the soft spot. Multiple sources mention it feels like a single map game at launch. That's survivable in a sport if the cadence of events, modifiers, and seasonal changes is aggressive. Divine Draw helps by remixing lanes with cover clouds or pre-buffed skills, but eventually you want a fresh geometry problem. Also, comms tools are thin. In a crossplay 4-stack friendly title built on snap rotations, you need more than vibes and a ping wheel. That's solvable and should be high on the patch list. 2 bite-sized lore-ish notes for the nerds. 1. Leaning on Xenosama and Gods of Destruction as lane anchors is a smart diegetic bridge. Your towers, literally being entities that can erase, adds just enough narrative fabric to excuse why pushing a lane feels like a ritual. 2. The roster elasticity is wild. Reviews call out Frieza as a technical zoner today, but Dragon Ball's canon allows multiple kit identities per character. There is a world where you queue into a full Frieza mirror with tank, DPS, and summon variants, and it would still be lore plausible. That's roster runway you almost never get in non-anime MOBAs. So where do the opinions split and why? Fans who want clean team fights, big plays, and easy role comprehension are having a blast. The action is immediate, the animations slap, and transformations deliver dopamine spikes on schedule. Strategy-minded players looking for deep macro, objective weight, and map variants are more measured, flagging unclear boss rewards and a narrow map pool. Both sides are right. The difference is expectation. This isn't trying to be pro-scene chess out of the gate. It's building a player base by letting you feel powerful fast, then layering complexity through modifiers and roster depth. Veteran games take. Gekishin Squadra is the right kind of simple. It trims the homework without sanding off the hype. The combat reads clean, the kits honor the anime, and the speed rewires the MOBA loop in a way that feels fresh. It needs clearer objective payoffs, better comms, more maps, and a UI detox. But as a free-to-play launch, this is a win. If this kind of no BS deep dive is your thing, hitch a ride with Veteran Game and hit subscribe, especially if you want updates when balance and map drops change the meta. Quick spoiler in 3, 2, 1. Transformations can swing fights so hard that a losing team can flip a lane off a single well-timed power-up, which is sick for highlight reels and mildly terrifying for balance. If they normalize those spikes without killing the fantasy, we're eating good. Back to spoiler safe. Vital Stats to round it out. Developed by Ganbarian, published by Bandai Namco Entertainment, launched early September 2025, free to play with crossplay and broad cross save. Switch at 30 FPS PS5 up to 120 in performance. Trunks might be a bit cracked. Boo's support kit is legitimately useful. Frieza zones like a villain, and Hit is the sneakiest assassin your backline will refuse to ward for. So here's the debate I want in the comments. Is simplifying a MOBA for speed and spectacle the right move for Dragon Ball? Or does it cap the ceiling before the meta even forms? And second, would you rather see objective buffs hit harder? Or do you like the fight first, objective second cadence? Sound off. I'll be in there dodging chocolate beams.